It's time for Football Friday, sponsored by South Dakota State, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
You're watching Football Friday on Dakota News Now!
With plenty of enthusiasm, the Gayville-Volin cheerleaders.
Very exciting night, obviously, for them. So
it was really a beautiful night out there.
It was. Super beautiful night outside.
It's week 4 of Football Friday, and we're also talking Canaries playoff baseball and even Sanford International golf. I'm Mark Ovenden, along with the outstanding team of Cooper Seamer and Joseph Lemlin.
Yeah, we got highlights from 13 high school football games, so let's get right into it, starting with Class 11 AAA. We'll start out at Howardwood Field, where the Roosevelt Rough Riders took their turn trying to slow down the high-flying offense of top-ranked Lincoln. It was homecoming for Roosevelt, but Lincoln would play spoiler. Devontae Wilson takes it from 9 yards out all the way to the house, and Lincoln leads 7-0. They would look to tack on more. Brody Schaefer dropping back here, and he would throw this one high up in the air. He finds a speeding Michael Roach, and he's in the end zone for 6. They'd get it done in the air and on the ground tonight. Lincoln takes this one 55-7.
That combination to Mikey Roach is pretty dynamic. In the second game at the Wood, the Cavaliers of Jefferson taking on Washington. They just wish they could get Jace Woods back. Cavaliers showing off on defense here. Maddox Zenz with the pick. Races to the end zone, but it was called back because of a penalty. However, Davion Simonson would score on a counter into the end zone, and Jefferson takes a 6-0 lead. Later in the second, Cavs at it again. Boston Bryant finding a leaping Asani Sissoko with an athletic grab. Simonson would cap the drive with yet another short touchdown. It looked like they might run away and hide. Washington has hung in there, and they're in the fourth quarter now with a score 28-14 in favor of Jefferson. All right, let's quick check it out and see that tomorrow you've got the Dakota Bowl. That's at the O'Gorman home field. At McEnany Field, that's at 7 o'clock. And then Harrisburg's on the road to play Central in an afternoon game tomorrow.
To Crane Youngworth Field in Yankton, where the top team in 11AA, the Yankton Bucks, hosts the Patriots of Douglas. We'll start in the first quarter. Yankton's opening drive. Jay Sedlacek is going to take the handoff. He's going to run up the middle, cut back to the outside, takes this one all the way to the house. This great one gives the Bucks a 7-0 lead early. Same quarter, Yankton again. Quarterback Tate Bestie taking this one himself, and he's going to turn it in for a 15-yard touchdown. Yankton with a 14-0 lead at this point, and Yankton would have their foot on the gas the entire night. They win this one 63-6.
They were the bestie team on the field tonight.
Yes, they were.
In the game of the night in 11AA, Tea Area, number 2, goes up against number 5, Huron, a team that beat Pierre last week. Nice run by Mitch Grant. They get the ball down to the 10-yard line, but could not score. And that would be the theme of this game because the Tiger defense was stifling. Oakley Anderson taking down Grant for the tackle for a loss. And Landon Hulst with the dagger. The senior runs in for a touchdown to put Huron up 16-0. They shut out Tea Area on the Titans' homecoming. Who can believe that? Look at the celebration after the game. Huron held Tea to 77 yards of total offense. Your final score is 16-0 in favor of the Tigers. Yankton also won big. There's your score again. Pierre wins big over Watertown, and Sturgis had a bye tonight. Coming up, the game of the night on paper in all classes anyway. Joseph Lemlin has highlights from the Bob. Next.
You're watching Football Friday, sponsored by South Dakota State, South Dakota Department of Health, and Dakota Bank.
We continue our Football Friday coverage with more 11-man highlights and the potential game of the night at Bob Young Field, where our Joseph Lemlin was covering the top 2 teams in 11A. Joe?
Yes, Mark, this is one of those games you circle on the schedule well before the season even starts, and the fans knew it, packing Bob Young Field. The defending champs from Lennox made the trip to Sioux Falls to play the #1 Chargers of Sioux Christian. Chargers in control early. The O's are going to swarm and take down Cooper Strandy in the first quarter. A defensive battle here, 0-0, still the first. The Chargers had some defensive playmakers of their own. Maddox, Munson, and Dawson Unruh swarming the quarterback and picking up the sack there. Again, a defensive battle here in this first half. The tie was broken on a Charger field goal. Then it's Brant Wassner catching the ball that gives them a 10-0 lead. They took that into the half, tack on one more touchdown in the second half. SFC with the statement win, 17-0.
We kind of thought that might be a low-scoring game, a shutout for the Chargers. Now, the third-ranked Madison Bulldogs are coming off that huge win over Dell Rapids tonight. They hosted the Wildcats at Custer, and it would be the Veenhoff show. Imagine that. Henry to Shane, who was on our cover, and off he goes. 60 yards for the future Jackrabbit, and it's 7-0 in favor of Madison. Next Madison possession, it's Henry Veenhoff again. Rolls out and throws to Miles Schneider, and Schneider stops on the dime, and then he's gone. 37-yard catch and run. Madison wins their homecoming game with ease. Your final score for the Bulldogs was 43-0. They are loving homecoming tonight and loving playing on that brand new field that they're playing on. Also, Dell Rapids goes out west and wins 43-8, and West Central at home over McCook Central Montrose 35-6.
The Red Raiders of Wagner are off to a great start in 11B, led by Gannick and Knable. Tonight they made the trip to Mount Vernon to take on MVP, and it's Knable getting the Red Raiders going first, finding Shea Kelgard, who's going to haul this pass in, and Wagner is up 7-0 early. Second quarter, MVP tries to return the favor. Kyle Sandlin is going to haul it in from 30 yards, make a couple people miss. A nice stiff arm here. But this is called back on a penalty, and that's going to be the theme for the Titans in this one. And Wagner's going to let them have it here. Knable taking this one in himself for the score, and Wagner wins this one 20-8.
He is such a good two-way player. He basically runs for 100 yards every week and throws for 200 yards.
Has a lot of fun out there. We'll take a rest of your 11B scores there. EPJ winning over Winter. St. Thomas More was on a bye, and Sioux Valley upset tonight by Clark Willow Lake.
Well, we had two ranked teams playing in Hurley tonight. That's where all the Viborg-Hurley games. Hey, Dirk. Here's Dirk Odell. Two ranked teams. This might have been the best game of the night. We'll have those highlights from Hurley next. On to the nine-man ranks, where Freeman Marion Freeman Academy has moved up the ranks to number one in Class 9AA, and they deserve it. They are playing great football. Joseph, how did the Phoenix look tonight?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to take a look at as the Phoenix were in Gayville-Volin tonight. The top team in 9AA is off to a terrific start with 3 impressive wins. We're going to go into the first quarter for the Phoenix. Luke Peters takes the handoff, and he will not be stopped. 31-yard run for the touchdown gives the Phoenix a 6-0 lead. On their very next drive, Riley Cheddar fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets to the outside, and is gone. 60 yards to the end zone. Clearly the run game worked well for them tonight. This makes it 12-0. The Phoenix go on to win this contest 61-6.
All right, Joseph, thank you. We had ranked teams from 9AA and 9A colliding in Hurley. Alcester-Hudson taking on Viborg-Hurley tonight. There's Dirk Odell enjoying this game. They haven't played many games in Hurley, of course, over the years.
No.
And the fans getting a treat to this one. But the Cubs, though, spoiling it early. Darren Dykstra tuning it up to his own music, going for the opening kickoff, taking it 71 yards. And you can see he hit the high notes there. It's 6-0, 11 seconds in. Viborg-Hurley's homecoming, and they didn't want to be left out on this one. Reese Simonson looking to make something going, makes good on the run game look easy. He puts a little bit of muscle there, and it's tied 6-6 early on. Alcester-Hudson is 3-0, and they showed why. Tommy Walth loves to run the rock, and here he comes, weaving his way through the defense, scores that one from 18 yards out. Alcester-Hudson upsets homecoming tonight, 28-26 there in Hurley.
That might have been the game of the night. That was a
really good one.
Score. As we go to the scoreboard in 9AA, you also see that Hamlin got the shutout. Elkton Lake Benton kind of bounces back and howl from last week's loss. Hill City, a final score there. And look at that, 28-26 was your final. The Howard Tigers are back in the 9A poll, ranked 5th this week as they hosted the Flyers of Chester tonight. First quarter in this one, it's going to be Howard marching down the field, and Owen Feldhaus gets the pitch, rumbles in for the score. It's 6-0, and they were just getting rolling. This time it's Drew Meyer hitting Colt Becker, and Becker takes it for a touchdown. That makes it 18-0 in favor of the home team, and later in the quarter it's Meyer again. This time he runs it in. Tigers win this one big. Final score 51-0, also in Class 9A. Wall's going to be tough to beat. They got that great young quarterback, only a junior. Warner and Falkton, I thought this might have been the game of the night. It was 17-14. Well, that other game was the game of the night.
There'll be plenty of games of the night tonight.
And Platte Geddes, 22-20. Howard wins 51-0.
Well, one of the powerhouses in 9B is Del Rapids St. Mary. The Cards are third in the latest poll, and tonight they hit the road in Colman-Egan. And it's Colman-Egan showing up on their home turf here. It's Logan Coughlin, fourth down pass breakup, looking to keep that score 0-0. But St. Mary, too many options tonight. Lincoln LeBrun, a big rush there to make it 6-0. And then Tremere Hansen, a botch snap, but he's going to make it worth something. Gets that touchdown in the corner there. A 2-point conversion will make it 14-0. And Del Rapids St. Mary, they win big up in Coleman. It's 54-6.
Now, two teams looking for their third wins in 4 tries. We're in Arlington tonight. That's where the Sioux Falls Lutheran Eagles took on hometown Arlington. Marion Garcia took over for Cooper at running back and had a big night. He had 3 touchdowns. This made it 20-0. I was just leaving and thought, I'm going to roll on this last play. Rowan Becker, who threw for 3 and ran for 1, heaves it as far as he can. And Callum Ovenden now holds the family record for the longest touchdown. That's 92 yards for the score. And I was leaving, but I stopped and thought, well, just in case. Luckily I did, because I'd be in big trouble. I had people texting me on my way home saying, you missed it. No, I didn't. I got it. And Sioux Falls Lutheran, they improved to 3-1 with a 49-14 victory. Let's go to the 9B scores and see that Sully Buttes wins by 40. Avon wins by 46. Del Rapids St. Mary, as you saw in the highlights, wins big, and Harriet Selby also 42-6. When we come back, we'll take you to Iowa for more highlights, plus golf and baseball. And welcome back to Football Friday. Coop, how did West Lyon do tonight in their first real home game?
Well, I think they enjoyed it. Well, obviously the defending champs, and they're looking great so far this year. Looking to enjoy that home crowd for the first time this year. They're playing Unity Christian tonight. Just a few yards out from the end zone. West Lyon will start with the scoring here. Evan Hildering will get the call and make the score, and they're looking for more of that tonight. Unity Christian will look to respond. Eli Rushman is going to get the rock here, looking to make a hole into the line. But he's swarmed by some West Lyon Wildcats, and the ball gets popped out, and West Lyon, they're able to regain possession of it, and they've got short field looking to take advantage of it, and they will take advantage of it. They'll march down the field. Easton DeYoung is going to step back to pass, and he's going to find River Kramer in the corner here on a nice designed route here. Just gets in that corner there, and West Lyon, they're going to shut out Unity Christian 35-0.
All right, let's quick run through the scores in Iowa. West Lyon, Sioux Center, Spirit Lake, Western Christian by a point, Boyden Hull Rock Valley, Sheldon, West Sioux, and Lamar's Galen all win. And Minnesota, Jackson County Central 77-zip. Not surprised by that. Hills Beaver Creek wins big. Laverne, Marshall, Pipestone, Minneota all win tonight, along with RTR, Springfield, Edgerton, Dawson Boyd, Worthington, and Adrian Ellsworth. Tonight was Game 4 of the West Division Championship Series at the Birdcage. Canaries hosting Fargo-Moorhead with a chance to wrap this up and move on to the championship series. Ryan Zimmerman, who's their pitching coach as well, did well. However, the other guy did pretty well too. Now, here's a nice play by Peter Zimmerman at first base, backing up his pitcher. Scoreless until Scott Combs finally brings home a run on a choppa. However, Fargo-Moorhead ties it up. We go to extra innings, and the Redbirds would win it. Final scores will go to the board 4-1, so Game 5 is tomorrow night. And today was round 1 of the Sanford International at Minnehaha Country Club with the world's best senior players, including this guy, even though he made a 19 today on a hole, number 12, which is a record of the Champions Tour. Everybody loves him. There's John Daly with a nice chip shot out of the rough. Hole 18, Angel Cabrera with a 4-under, tied for the lead. and he would make birdie here, and he actually has the lead. Oh, great shot in there by Cabrera. Just pretty much of a tap in. Let's go to your scoreboard and see that he is 6 under par. Retief Goosen is 5 under par. A bunch of players 4 under and 3 under. Not on that scoreboard is John Daly. He had a 19 on hole 12, so he is not going to win. I hope he's still out there, though, because everybody loves him.
He's so much fun to watch.
Dakota Bowl tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. It's Brandon Valley and O'Gorman, and USD and SDSU both home tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.